What if I told you the heart of every lightsaber isn't just some glowing rock, but a living, breathing entity that actually chooses its owner? These crystals start out completely colorless, but when tortured by the dark side, they bleed. And when scaled up, they can even power weapons strong enough to destroy entire planets. Today, we're diving deep into Kyber crystals. And trust me, this goes way beyond just blue means good guy and red means bad guy. Meet Kyber crystals, the force-sensitive gems that make lightsabers possible. But here's the kicker. They're not just crystals. They're described as living crystals, literally attuned to the force itself. Think of them like the ultimate wingman. They don't just power your lightsaber, they choose you first. It's basically Pokemon, except the Pokemon picks the trainer and hands them a laser sword. They're not just gems, they're alive. But before we jump into the space magic, let's talk about where this whole idea even came from. George Lucas originally wanted Kyber crystals to be Star Wars' version of the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. His early notes literally read, Kyber crystal and sword? Yeah, with a K. He envisioned them as power amplifiers that could make Jedi 1,000 times stronger. Instead of turning hobbits invisible, these babies would turn Padawans into Force gods. The crystals grow naturally, on force-rich planets scattered across the galaxy. From the frozen caves of Ilum to the ancient temples of Jedha to the mysterious world of Lothal. But here's what's wild. They all start completely colorless. Enter the Gathering. Basically the Star Wars equivalent of getting sorted into Hogwarts houses, except way more dangerous. And your house color? Yeah, it becomes your lightsaber color. But before a Jedi can wield one, they have to face the Gathering. Young Jedi, called younglings, journey to the frozen world of Ilum for this trial. But here's where it gets really interesting. The crystal chooses the Jedi, not the other way around. To anyone unworthy, the crystals feel ice cold. But when the right Jedi touches their destined crystal, they'll sense its music, its harmony. It's like Force Tinder. If there's no spark, just keep swiping. Blue crystals choose Jedi focused on justice, loyalty, and protection. Classic Jedi Guardians, who aren't afraid to throw hands for peace. Green crystals bond with the philosophers and scholars, the Jedi who solve problems with wisdom, not lightsaber choreography. Yellow crystals, those are special. They're linked to the mysterious Jedi Temple Guards, anonymous protectors who wielded double-bladed lightsaber pikes. To this day, nobody really knows how they all ended up with matching yellow sabers. Maybe they had a group chat, but now, here's where things get dark. Literally. Sith can't naturally bond with Kyber crystals, because, let's be honest, the crystals have standards. So what do the Sith do? They force the connection through a brutal process called bleeding. And yes, it's every bit as metal as it sounds. Sith pour their rage, their hate, their fear, and their pain into the crystal until it literally screams and turns blood red. It's like forcing your phone to run on 200% battery. Sure, it'll work, but it's unstable and very, very angry. And the coolest part? In 2024, the Acolyte finally showed us this process on screen, for the first time ever. We literally watched Osha bleed a Kyber crystal in real time, and trust me, it was just as disturbing as it sounds. Speaking of unstable, let's talk about Kylo Ren. His crystal is cracked because he botched the bleeding process. Probably because he was impatient and went full emo on it. That's why his lightsaber looks like an angry campfire and needs those little side vents just to function. Even his crystal is having an identity crisis. But wait, there's more. White crystals, like Ahsoka's, aren't naturally occurring. She literally freed corrupted red crystals from an Inquisitor, purifying them back to white. It's like crystal therapy, but with way more lightsaber battles. Now, purple crystals? They're legendary, for one simple reason. Samuel L. Jackson walked up to George Lucas and said, "Can I have a purple lightsaber?" And George was like, "Sure, why not?" And that's how we got one of the most iconic lightsabers in Star Wars history. Sometimes the best lore comes from actors just asking nicely. And then there's the Darksaber, the only black-bladed lightsaber we've ever seen. So rare it makes unicorns look common. It's been passed down through Mandalorian leadership for generations, and honestly, it looks like someone dipped a lightsaber in Vantablack. And in Legends lore, we've got Ghostfire crystals. Completely transparent, they create nearly invisible lightsaber blades with ghostly afterimages. Imagine dueling someone with what's basically a Force ghost sword. Good luck with that. But Kyber crystals aren't just for elegant weapons. The Empire discovered you could scale these babies up for some seriously destructive purposes. The Death Star? Powered by 8 massive Kyber crystals, all focused into a planet-killing super laser. It's like taking a lightsaber and asking, what if this, but for planets? And here's the ultimate tragic irony. Starkiller Base was built on Ilum. Yeah, the same sacred Jedi planet where younglings found their first crystals. The Empire strip-mined the most holy Jedi site and turned it into a weapon that annihilated the New Republic. Talk about adding insult to genocide. The crystals that once made Jedi protectors became the very weapon that erased their legacy. Now, could Kyber crystals actually exist? Well, the closest real-world equivalent? Tourmaline crystals. They can show multiple colors. They're piezoelectric, meaning they convert mechanical stress into electrical energy, and they can focus light, just like Kyber crystals focus the Force. Plus, Kyber crystals are supposedly stable at the kind of insane temperatures and pressures you'd find inside stars. That's right, these things could literally survive inside a stellar core. And they don't stop there. Kyber crystals even show behaviors that border on consciousness. They warm up when touched by living beings, but stay ice-cold for inanimate objects. It's like they've got a built-in life detector. Sorry, droids. No lightsabers for you. Speaking of real-world connections, Disney's Galaxy's Edge actually lets you collect Kyber crystals. These interact with custom lightsabers and holocrons, changing your saber's color, its sound effects, and even unlocking secret voice lines. The black Kyber crystal is so rare, there are entire Facebook groups of Kyber heads, collectors who trade rare finds like their Pokemon cards. Some people have spent thousands just trying to complete their collections. It's wild how something that started as George Lucas wanting Force-powered One Rings has now become a real-world collector phenomenon. Oh, and here's a bonus fact that'll blow your mind. Krayt Dragon Pearls. These massive desert dragons actually eat Kyber crystals. Their stomach acids refine them into perfect spheres that can power lightsabers with an eerie, howling sound. It's literally nature's lightsaber factory. Except the assembly line runs through a dragon's stomach. And in Clone Wars lore, Kyber memory crystals store databases of every Force-sensitive child in the galaxy. The Empire wanted to steal them, basically turning it into the galaxy's Force-sensitive Tinder. Creepy much? From Force-choosing gems to planet-killing superweapons, from dragging Dutt refineries to Disney collectibles. Kyber crystals are so much more than just the shiny thing that makes lightsabers work. They're living Force entities with consciousness, preferences, and the power to choose their destiny. Kind of like us, just with way better special effects. So here's my question for you. If every Kyber crystal tells a story about its chosen wielder, what color do you think would choose you? And more importantly, would you be worthy of it? Drop your answer in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the galaxy far, far away. May the crystals be with you.